Hi, I'm Steve Graham, a co-founder and CEO of AnandTech, and I'm here to show you the ViziVault platform. So ViziVault is a personal information management system meant to house and store all of the personal information data that's being used throughout an organization. And before I jump into the application itself, I'd like to take a few minutes and just show you the ViziVault ecosystem and talk about the different pieces and components of ViziVault itself and an example of how it would be used throughout an organization. So if you see here in the middle, ViziVault, this is the central database itself. This is where personal information is stored securely and associated with the person or the data subject for whom each piece of personal information belongs to. And so all of the personal information throughout an organization is stored here in the vault. In front of the vault is our secure API. This is the only way to interface with the data that's in the vault. So as personal information comes into the vault through the API, all of that information is fully encrypted prior to being stored into the vault. And then when information is retrieved, it is again decrypted here in the API before being leveraged. And on top of the vault is our ViziVault Enterprise Management Console. So this is what I'll be jumping in and showing you in a little bit. This is essentially the management console where the right people within an organization have the ability to see what's going on with personal information throughout the organization, understand how it's being used, where it's being used, and all of the features and controls to effectively manage that information usage and comply with regulations. All the data privacy regulations are available here in the Enterprise Management Console. So what you're looking at here is on the left are example systems of essentially an organization may have. And so you can see the sort of primary use case for ViziVault here is an organization's proprietary web application. It is an API-driven product, and so it's meant to be interfaced within an application. And so the proprietary web application or other type of application that leverages personal information is the primary use case here. And you can see some other sort of example systems, website tracking usage, a CRM, right? Every organization essentially has a CRM, marketing campaign manager, point of sale systems. These are just example systems that an organization may have that uses personal information. And you'll notice here on the web application, this is the only one where the arrow is essentially coming back in. So there's really two modes of operation. So number one, in this web application, this is an example of an application that is fully leveraging the vault. It's essentially using the vault as a source of truth for personal information. So none of that personal information is stored here along with the web application. It's only the data needed to run the application itself. Anytime personal information is needed by the application, it is essentially retrieved from the vault through the API and used within the application. With these other systems, these may be off-the-shelf products where the organization doesn't have the ability to control the data source for the application, or maybe it's a legacy system where there's not really desire to go in and update the system to change where and how it leverages information. And so the idea with these applications is that personal information is still stored within the application itself, but anytime it's used or changed or modified, that information is essentially being reported into the API so that all of that personal information is still centralized and all of the activity around that information is still being logged and audited, so that it can still all effectively be managed in one place. The only thing that we are not able to do with applications that are just reporting the information is can't take advantage of all of the encryption and security protocols that come along with the vault itself. So those are the essentially the three main components of ViziVault, and you can see how the the organization here is leveraging the API to centralize all of the personal information that's being used across these systems. And the proprietary application here is leveraging the vault as a data store itself. It's using it as a source of truth for personal information. Those are the various components of ViziVault. In the next session, I will dive into the enterprise management console, and we'll take a look at how that works.